It's all finally come to a head now. Jesus Christ, these two Magi chapters. One on an emotional level, and just two are just emotional reunion. So yeah, it's gonna be another double review and all that. We're gonna be talking about 314 and 313 as well, and my god and all that. Like, I got emotional both at like 313 and 314 as well. Both of them gone. So we get to see from the start and all that is that we get to see is immediately like what we saw. Arba was trying to take over Haikyu. However, it was like instead of like actually like taking over, it was like no, because my body and my rook has been mixed in with the size of Conan and all that, like, you know, with all the saying of Phoenix and all that, with his rook things in mind and all that. And basically it's pretty much the same as like when Kashi and Farouk mixed in together with Alibaba, and it's like, I'm not your child anymore. I'm not, like, this isn't just a body for you to like take over and all that. It's like I've become a man of the Ren family who lives for Ko and all that. There's no flesh left like with you to use your four string. This is the end of you, Arba. Like, get out of it. And she's like immediately like being forced to retreat, where she's like, you know, she's only returned to her spiritual form, which you can clearly see in like the Sinja's like company, like the headquarters and all that, is that there's this very big safeguarded room where her little doll is like surpassed like in there, and she's just like, I lost even the power I stocked up for him and all that. It's like, how can this be and all that. Like, it's just like she's seemingly like she's going crazy. It's just like, what the fuck, how did this happen like that? It's like, I can't do this. So it's gonna be interesting to see if, like, you know, whilst all this time, like, is there like perhaps that she's made, like, is there another body that she can do? Is she just gonna be like stuck there for the meantime and all that? Since it seems like our foe is like not defeated, but she's just sealed for the meantime, where it's just like she can still be there. So I'm wondering exactly what is she gonna use, because it seems like she doesn't want to use our actual real body, just in case she can be destroyed and all that. So it's gonna be weird and all that, like what's gonna be happening with that. And just the last bit that we saw with Alibaba going on the streets and all that, and he's like, you know, like thinking about all of the, like, the emotional times that he had with like Haikyu, Morgiana from the start of the series, and then it's just like, oh, can I have an apple now? As like Aladdin approaches the front of him, all grown up and all that. And it's just like seeing like the old Aladdin into the new one is now like, now it's just like, you know, like after all this time and all that, Alibaba, I really thought you was a dirty money grubber and all that, but now you run a trading company that likes everyone's lives better, and I've been watching you over you for far from all these years and all that, and it's like you was keeping an eye on me, and just them like yucking it up, talking. I'm not gonna lie, when I read that like a week bit ago like that, I started tearing up. I was seeing, like, you know, seeing Alibaba and like I like immediately from there, like with Aladdin like that, it's just like, you got, I'm taller and all that, it doesn't change, I'm your friend. I don't know, like, to me, like, that could be to, like, in like how this especially ended like that, I could feel like that could be an end to a season of Magi. If it was like, say like the anime continued and it ended pretty much here, and then we had one more season to wrap up the entire arc, I feel like that could be how it could be done. Or like after 13 episodes, this is where we get to in the final part of the arc, like exist, and you see Morgiana there, like really excited to see her and all that. I like how her little hair thing was like plucking up and all that, and she had like this really excited look on her. And then after everything and all that, Haikyu was there. After everything that they've gone through, from their fights and all that, from their clashes, and just like after everything, and he's just like, about your legs and all that, and it's just like, I'm sorry man and all that, and it's fine, like, I wronged you too, I killed you, and it's just like, yeah. And just Haikyu just starts like tearing up and crying and all that like that. It's just like, oh, they're getting all along, and it's just like their all the relationships and all that have finally, you know, come back together. And then when we see, like, when they go to like the Oasis city of like Kishan like that, it's like they're motherfucking like drinking and partying up. It's like Aladdin, it's like this little kid that I've known, he's now drinking alcohol. It's like, he's now, like, Aladdin's now getting crunked. Like, he's now getting like literally slapped, and he's like, I've got a good tolerance for it, and like you like that. I'm like, are you, like, because I know it's like the age and all that is like weird and all that. I'm pretty sure you could drink early back in the days and all that, but I'm pretty sure it's Aladdin, like, didn't like, I'm pretty sure Aladdin's still not around about that age to drink. So I'm not too sure. It's like the rules are all different and all that. Some like people say, oh, you can't drink till you're 21 or 18 or like a certain age, or like if you're around, it's stupid at the end of the day and all that. It's just like all of them like yucking it up and drinking around and all that, and it's like, you know, after everything and all that, it was like they're talking about all the times and all that. It's just like them being enjoying their time, and just like one thing that got me especially, which was the big part of the chapter, which was like, even I remember seeing that, like, Japan was losing their minds when this happened, especially. It's like, you know, what the fuck are they not gonna... And it's, especially in all that, is when Alibaba called Morgiana over, and it's just like, I had something to tell you, and it's saying, and he's just blushing, and he's like, you know, I've returned to this war. I was like, you know, I've noticed that there's no more war, and I sell things in my hometown, and, like, I've seen the world a little bit differently, and everyone, like, is at peace and started to smile, and the town, like, towns full of families are great, and I'm obsessed with my role as a prince, and I never imagined things, but I'm older now, and every time of the thought of wanting family crossed my mind, the first person I thought of was you, Morgiana. Like, I want to settle down with you, and it's like, I can feel I can carry on living even when I didn't believe in myself, or even when you don't believe in yourself. I feel like that we should be together, and now that I think about it, it's like the only girl who was there for me in my moments and all that is where, like, that was you, and I realized, will you marry me, Morgiana? I was like, whoa! I was like, because how many times, like, let's be honest and all that, like, how many times, you always see, like, an epilogue in the manga or something like that. Name me the last fucking manga you guys read and all that where someone proposed to someone like that. It's been a while for me. It's been quite a fucking bit. I think the last one I probably read might have honestly been like G Good Ending, maybe a bit of the Toradora manga, like maybe it's something like some of that, but it's like, it's been a fucking few clicks and all that for me, and just when she said that, it's, you know, when I crossed that dark continent and like everyone was shocked and all that, I was already aware of my feelings, and a man that would make a familyless woman suffer a great sadness and all that, greater than dying twice, shouldn't be forgiven. And just like, he just says, I won't die again, I promise, and all that. And it's like, I won't allow you to die, let's become husband and wife. And it was like, holy shit, she accepted the proposal. And after, like, Alibaba, like, that real, like, when he was on that boat for a couple of chapters, which were fucking rough chapters of him trying to hook her up, and it's just like, no, you suck, Alibaba. And it's just there, and just them having the dance and all that, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, both chapters got me a little bit teary-eyed. It's just, and seeing the two like dancing and all that, and just seeing like Alibaba's shitting grin like that as he's yucking it up, and just like everyone's enjoying me, and it's just like, you know, like it reminds me of the last time I saw her dancing happily like this, and it's just like after, like, you know, when they were in Cinderia, and it was just like, we started from the bottom, now we're here, and it's just like, look, she was just a lifeless drone, and now look where she is. She's happy with the man that she's loved, dancing, and like, you know, like, that was a thing where it was just like, you know, back then I really thought you looked beautiful too, and it's like, I fell in love with you long before that as well. It's like, oh, that was enjoyable to me. It's just like, everyone enjoying it, and it was just like, after that, it was Hakuryu that was just like, I've got things to attend to. And I was like, oh, you got a little bit upset, you a little bit salty at Hakuryu after everything, and it's just like, I've got to look for Jojo, man. But I was like, you know, and it's like, I know where he is, and I was like, okay, plot's happening, and then it's like, you know, I'll follow him. I let him some seeds which contain my Magi, so I pretty much know where he's at, and it's just like, there's some stuff I want to discuss with him, and it's like, he's the only one that we haven't seen yet, like, pretty much, like, he's the only, like, last guy that we saw and all that, come, like, who went back, you know, with everyone. It's like, we need to find out. And it's just like, when you saw, like, they make that serious face and all that, and he's just like, yo, Hakuryu and all that, and he's like, don't get to possess over your unrequited love, and he's like, shut the fuck up, like that. It's like, you'll meet the right girls someday, you do the fun stuff. It's like, you have some good qualities too, alright, I'm sure you do okay. And he's like, shut the fuck up, man, like that. Don't give me that condescending expression, you damn brat. Hurry up and get going to the Koenba, you piece of shit. I was like, I like that, but that is why you can tell he's still a little bit salty after that, because, you know, that was a thing, like, you know, he proposed to, like, Morgiana after everything, and it was just like, she didn't really know about that, and it's just like, it felt really weird. And now, like, seeing that one, it, like, technically, like, now, like, Hakuryu's kind of gone over that past of him, he's, like, over that jealous period and all that. It's just like, I feel still bad for him all that, because, like, this fucking asshole got together with the girl like that, and not me like that, and it's just this chuckle fuck, like, overall, I hope Hakuryu finds someone. It'd be awesome if Aladdin found someone and all that. It's like, I would love that if he, like, sort of, like, hooked up with someone at the end, like, and everyone, like, got together. Like, it's like, it's nice, because I remember, like, Japan, like, flipping this shit. It's like, because, like, this doesn't happen in series, because it's like, it's not until, like, the very end, like, Naruto, like, you didn't find out till, like, the last chapter who, like, hooked up with who, like that. You didn't know, like, there was always hints and all that, but it's like, there's always that still weird period, or, like, some characters just don't, and I hate, like, one thing I really love in series is romance. I've talked fucking countless times how much I love my romance series and all that, when there's like true good romance series and all that do it right and all that, and I love epilogues where everyone's together and they all happy, you know, they have children, they have babies. Like, I love that in series. Like, I love, like, because it adds a big part of closure to me. Like, it really adds on that, and it's like, oh, this character did this character went there, this character hooked up with that. Like, I love that stuff. I generally do, and it's a nice added element to series and all that, even if their biggest focus isn't that. But whew, it's just like, there was a lot in this, like, these two chapters and all that. One was a lot static, and like the other was a reunion mixed in with the battle. So like, I'm really like excited to see like where we're gonna be going now, like, especially from this. And I had a lot of fun like talking about these two chapters, and I'm very glad and all that something as big as more Gianna and Alibaba hooking up is finally, like, I'm glad that marriage is now a thing, and I'm looking forward to, like, if we ever do see that wedding or something like that, that'd be cool. I want, like, Aladdin and Haikyu, man, best mans, that's what they should be. I'd love that. It was like, you know, like, if like Aladdin was the one that was like hooking him up, if he was the priest and all that, and like Haikyu was the best man, because you'd just be so salt going down that aisle with her like that. It would be so, I could see him in the wedding dress and everything like that. It's just like, he'd be so fucking salty like that going into it. But like, it'd be nice and all that, like, you know. And I guess it's the kind of thing where it's like, it now solidifies for like a bunch of people that wanted to hook up with like Hyogyoku. Like, I'm sure a lot of people wanted that, like, which, you know, that's the thing about it, and I would have liked that about like if Hyogyoku like hooked up and all that, and I would have liked if they say like, if it was someone like, hey, like if it was like Arbor, like, you know, like even like still like, yeah, it's like, you know, fuck that bitch and all that, but it's like, I like everyone getting hooked up and everything. I like everyone having like a moment or a time in a series like that. It's like, I would have liked it if Hyogyoku hooked up with Alibaba. I would have liked it if in the end of it and all that, in the end of the day, I would have liked it if, like, say like Haikyu will hook up with more Gianna. Like, everyone gets some little piece and all that, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know like the 315 Raw just came out and all that, so I'm looking forward to reading that, but we'll obviously have to wait and see and all that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about these two chapters? I loved them. I enjoyed both of them. I think both are like 9s and all that. I got emotional for both of them, so I'm going to end off there. So thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys though next time.